So I actually recommended Carl not to do dropshipping, and this is super ironic because I teach everyone dropshipping on my channel. Before we get to today's video, let's start by announcing last video's winners for $1,000 worth of courses or consulting calls with me. The winner's here. If you guys want to qualify, all you have to do is drop a comment below, follow me on Instagram, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like this video. I'll be picking the best comment every single video. Other than that, you guys are gonna love this interview because Carl here is someone that's new to entrepreneurship, just like most of you guys, and he's sort of in a phase where he can't decide if he should go ahead and pursue dropshipping after spending tons of time researching into that, or if he should go ahead and continue and pursue his lead gen business, which he sort of gave up on. So this is a very real and raw interview where I should give him my honest advice on what I would do, really break down psychologically what he's gone through and why he's picking certain things and why he thinks he should jump to dropshipping, and also break down why he shouldn't go to dropshipping based on his budget, time, and psychological resilience. So anyone that's sort of new to entrepreneurship, I highly recommend you watch this video because it's going to be highly relatable to you.
Yeah, I'm Kyle, from Melbourne, just finished high school. So sort of got the world at my feet.
I've definitely been there when you finish high school, you get into the real life, everyone's going different directions, and that's when you really need to figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. That's basically where I'm at right now. I'm sort of like, all right, well, where do I go?
How long have you been following my content?
For a while now, actually. I don't know if you've seen my comments. You probably have. Trying to think. Last year, maybe midway last year. Halfway through the year, maybe, give or take.
That's awesome. I appreciate the support, man.
Yeah, all good, man. No, definitely. Really, compared to a lot of other e-commerce, people I see on YouTube and that, you're someone who consistently gives value, and that's what I've noticed, and that's probably why I've sort of consistently watched your videos.
Thank you so much. So tell everyone about your current business level.
Basically, in terms of e-commerce and dropshipping, it's none at all, aside from doing my own research. I've sort of had my first major fail in sort of setting up my own business, I guess you'd call it. Didn't go as planned. I was doing lead gen for a business and they weren't happy with the results. So I'm sort of like, all right, well, what's something I can do now that I can consistently fail at myself and learn and better myself without sort of having to deal with, someone else, where I can just sort of work for myself and just, fail as many times as I need to until I, hit something. It's basically where I'm at.
Got it. And where do you want to take your business to?
I basically just would like to scale to a point where I can say, well, look, I'm able to be self-sustaining. I've just left high school, so that's not going to be as much as someone that's maybe living by themselves. But yeah, that's where I'd like to get to a point where I can say I can leave my part-time job.
How can I help? What's sort of your roadblocks? What's sort of stopping you from getting to that goal of yours? Yeah,
basically I just I guess I see this as a chance just to sort of get more insight about, what it takes to sort of start off doing something like dropshipping or start off getting involved in e-commerce. I've got experience with Facebook ads and running ads and things like that. That's where I'm at in terms of experience. But I'm like, all right, well, dropshipping is such a huge world, and you see it's not something you can just dive into as well. From a surface level, it seems like it's very basic, and you see how to make whatever amount of money in 1 month, but it involves a lot of research and product research, things like that. And I'm sort of just standing and looking at it like, all right, well, how can I sort of get started in that? So basically, I'm an absolute beginner, relatively no experience at all.
Got it. And is dropshipping something that you want to pick, or you're still deciding which model to pick?
I think I've sort of looked at dropshipping and seen it as, well, it's something I can do. I've sort of tried, doing lead gen and things like that, and I think for me personally, as a first business model, I think dropshipping could potentially be great because it just will allow me to sort of fail on my own terms without having to affect someone else or something like that. That's why I've sort of looked at it and seen, well, now I've got experience with Facebook. Where can I take that experience? And now that I know the sort of ads platform, what can I build upon? How can I build upon that? That's sort of why I am looking towards dropshipping.
Got it. And I'll just jump straight into dropshipping. So the myth is, a lot of people think that you could make dropshipping work with like a few $100s and there's no upfront capital, but it's totally false. Like, dropshipping is much harder than it seems. Like, it's ironic because I teach dropshipping, but it's not as easy as people make it out to be. Like, if you're starting on your own, it took me like $5,000 just to find my first winner, and that $5,000 was spread thin across 6 months. And that 6 months I was just like putting 8 hours in every single day. I was watching dropshipping videos for breakfast, lunch and dinner. I delved deep into it, and that's something that a lot of people cannot do, and that's why a lot of people fail at dropshipping. So when you want to pick a model that you want to pursue when it comes to entrepreneurship, you want to look at time, budget, and knowing yourself, mentality wise, how resilient you are. So if you can give me those 3 attributes right now, I could sort of point you in the right direction, whether if dropshipping is the right direction, or if maybe I know a different business model that might work better for you.
Basically, in terms of resilience, I'd say I'm pretty resilient. I've spent so much time on my previous the previous business model I've been working with, trying to revise new ways of outreach to clients, finally getting attention from people, getting my first meetings and things like that. So I think resilience is sort of something that I guess I sort of have to be good at if this is what I want to do, if I want to work for myself in the future. In terms of time, I'm working part-time around 3 shifts a week. Otherwise, my AirPod battery's dying. But otherwise, otherwise my time's mostly mine. 3 times a week, that's not too much. And then what was the other one? Sorry, what did you say?
Budget.
Not high at all. My budget definitely isn't high. Obviously, as I continue to sort of work and save money, that will change. But I already have sort of a budget at this stage. It's not high at all. Maybe it's around 1,500, so it's a relatively small budget. I probably would need to get to a stage where I've actually, maybe saved up more if I was to start doing dropshipping or something like that.
So based on your time, you definitely do have enough time to commit to dropshipping. Budget wise, you probably don't have enough of a budget to get into dropshipping. And resilience wise, you probably don't have enough resilience to get into dropshipping, just because you did lead gen, you gained so much progress, and then you gave up on lead gen. So given that track record, probably the same thing will happen to dropshipping, where by the end of it, you're gonna be like, damn, maybe I should do Amazon FBA, maybe I should do social media marketing, maybe I should do eBay dropshipping. So based on track record, if you've already sort of given up on something once, it's most likely going to happen again with dropshipping, given that the difficulty level is just the same. So given that, start by telling me why you sort of gave up on lead gen.
Well, it was basically just because what I had done was the client, that I worked for wasn't happy with it. They didn't get the leads that I saw that they desired. Doing Facebook ads, I just did sort of a trial, and then I thought, okay, well, look, how can I go from that and then do something where I can just keep failing at myself until I'm sort of successful. And that's why I sort of looked at it and said, well, if I keep going on and moving to, other clients and other businesses, maybe without the right sort of training or something like that, is it like, am I just going to keep letting down various businesses? Is it better to just do something myself where I can just constantly fail at? And that's what I'm not like afraid of failing in any way or anything like that. I think that's not something I'm worried about. That's just what I sort of saw, and that was my perspective.
Got it. And would you rather fail and learn at your own cost and time, or would you rather want to learn and fail at the cost of someone else's business and your own time? Basically what I'm trying to say is, what you're doing, you grow from experience. If you're offering trial again and again and again, you're basically giving people free work, free labor. And obviously the reason why it's free is because you don't have a proven track record, you don't have testimonials. What if you just continue failing, not on your own dollar, but on the business's dollar, just because they're not paying you at all? Like, their wage to you is $0 an hour, and that's why they can afford to give you a small amount of ad spend for you to go ahead and test what you were saying. And obviously when you're using a business's money, there's a lot more pressure on you, and that pressure will make you learn much more. The reason you either quit is because you couldn't take that pressure, and that's probably one of the biggest reasons, because you don't want to not get someone results while using their money. But that's how you grow. And the same thing is going to happen with your own money. Obviously it's going to be easier, there's going to be less pressure, but that just means you're taking the easier route out by failing on your own, where there's less pressure. That's sort of what I'm sensing so far. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I see exactly where you're coming from. I think it's sort of like, I see exactly that, and that's probably why I sort of looked at something where I can work by myself, and continue to fail there, rather than doing that. And I definitely see, like, that's a great point of view as to why, maybe I've sort of looked at other options and things like that. But yeah, definitely some great insight there coming in.
Yeah, so if I were you, what I would do is, one, see if you're cut out for the more harsher and more resilient and tougher path. And that path would be, this is the blueprint. You'll continue doing what you're doing, continue doing cold outreach, continue providing a lot of free trials. Just work for free. Work with as many clients as possible, and every client you pick up, find how to get results for them. Google, how do I get leads for a dentist? How do I get leads for doctors? Learn everything again, fail again and again and again. But each time you're going to be learning so much. By the time you're working with your 5th client for free, you're going to be able to get them results and lock them in for a monthly retainer and get their testimonial, and that's now one consistent source of income. Then you want to go ahead and use their testimonial and to go ahead and get more testimonials and get more clients. And eventually you go from doing free trials to trials where you just charge $100 a month, to trials where you're charging $200 a month. And that's sort of how you build it up. But it's going to take a lot of failing, a lot of disappointments, a lot of businesses losing money. From their point of view, they're getting someone that's sort of working on their business completely for free, and they're willing to go ahead and fork out $100, $200, $300, $400 for you to play around with ads for the chance that you get them results. And obviously you'll be working hard to get them results, and that's how you sort of provide value and not feel guilty. Because if you tried your best and you weren't able to get them results, you tried your best, you gave it your all, and you tried your best to make their money go to use. So I think that's the best blueprint I'd give you from based on what I've heard. And I probably wouldn't do drop shipping. I think, despite I'm a guru, I teach people to do drop shipping, I have a course in drop shipping. Like, I want to be as real and raw as possible and just give you the honest advice that I think this is a better route despite what I'm teaching.
No, I definitely respect that. Yeah, 100%. And honest opinion. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's my thoughts. And yeah, do you have any other questions before we end this call?
No, I don't think so, man. It's definitely some great insight. I thought, look, I'll have this call and sort of see what you think, any pointers you have or anything like that. Yeah, greatly appreciate that. I'm sort of was at a point where I'm like, all right, look, do I go all in on drop shipping like I have been doing, like I've been going all in on like doing lead gen and just fail at my own expense, or continue doing that? So I think, yeah, definitely something I'm gonna make the decision about 100%. But I appreciate that honest feedback.
You're welcome.
Needed, definitely needed. Yeah.
You're welcome. Keep me updated. Hopefully you're able to get value from this call. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate everyone for checking out this interview. I think this is a very good case study. I think a lot of people are in similar situations, so I'd highly recommend everyone to rewatch this interview. Very raw, straight to the point, and very relatable. But yeah, thank you everyone for their time, and that's today's interview. That's the interview. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Lots of value, very straight to the point. Lots of people that are new to entrepreneurship will definitely relate to this and find motivation in this. Like, I wish I had content just like this when I got started, because it was so real. Like, no guru would go ahead and tell a viewer not to pursue dropshipping, not to buy their course, because that goes against what they teach. But I'm so honest and real here, and I talk about the difficulties of dropshipping. I talk about how he shouldn't give up on the progress he's had. So I highly recommend everyone to watch this, because you'll learn so much. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this interview. Question of the day: what are you currently doing? Facebook ads, social media marketing, dropshipping, and how long are you doing it? Two-part question. Drop all your answers in the comments below. I want to hear everyone's thoughts. I've been replying to every single comment. But yeah, hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching my daily videos. I really appreciate your time and effort. And I just want to say thank you. And I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow with much more value. Peace.